This video will contain spoilers for season 1 and 2 of the anime series called Blue Lock. None beyond the manga. I haven't read the manga. No manga spoilers. None. Zero. I just want to crush everyone and score the winning goal. That's what gets me off. Shidou Ryusei. I don't know if he said that. I'm not gonna lie. I watched the show in a while. I just watched clips to recontextualize myself with Shidou Ryusei. But if a line were to define Shidou, that would be the line. Shidou Ryusei is my favorite character in Blue Lock. And I didn't really understand why until trying to make this video. If I had to describe Shidou in 3 words, he is a primal ego. I think that describes Shidou perfectly because everything he does, it's all just instinctual. There's no rhyme or reason to what he does. There's no rhyme or reason to his ego. He just does what he wants to do. And I think that's the best part of Shidou is he doesn't paint himself out to be the good guy. The first time we're introduced to Shidou, the first time we're introduced to him, we see him literally say, yeah, I sent Kunigami down to hell. That was me. I hate those hero types. So he's literally saying he's not a hero. My guy is literally a pseudo-villain of the story. But he's still my favorite character. How does that work? There's something so primal and animalistic about Shidou that I just can't help but be interested in. Something about it. The wildness of his ego. The craziness of his actions. The randomness of his actions. There's no rhyme or reason to it. That's why in the under-20s match against Blue Lock, he's such a hard person to contend with. Bro, he only scored the 2 goals to get the under-20s back in the game. Bro, him and Sai joining together literally are the reason that the under-20s almost won the game against Blue Lock. It was Shidou Ryusei. That's how much of a force Shidou Ryusei is in that game. He's introduced as arrogance, violence, but if you look at anything Shidou Ryusei related, you can see that the guy is one of the best players arguably on the pitch in the under-20s match. He is, at moments, the best player on the pitch. Outside of Rin and Isagi or Barrow or whatever, or the other side, Itoshi. He's the best because he's just nothing but... It's so hard to explain him in this video because he's just pure carnage. He's just insanity, but there's like an elegance to it. And perhaps that's the lesson I took away from Shidou is he is just pure chaos, pure like animalistic, primal ego. He does not care. When he scored that second goal, he ran past his teammates and just gave Sai the biggest hug ever. But like, bro, they're on your team. Like, yo, you could like dap them up as well. But now he went to Sai. He does not care. He doesn't give a single because it's all primal to him. All that matters to him is scoring goals and winning. He said it himself. Most people do this and that, and it makes them feel alive. Scoring goals makes him feel alive. It's the only thing that makes sense to him. And I think that's why I love him so much as a character, because he's just the epitome of a primal ego. Most people hold themselves back and be like, nah, I don't want to go all the way. Don't hold yourself back. He does not care. He's going to go all the way. He's going to score like 7 goals, regardless of what he has to do to get them. And because of that, there were several lessons I took away from this. One, passion doesn't need to be pretty. Who said you have to be acceptable to chase where you live? Acceptable. Sometimes it's that unfiltered obsession that gets results. Another lesson is stop playing it safe. Bro, did this guy play safe the entire show? He didn't play safe once. My guy just does the most random things ever and he scores goals. You cannot deny he's one of a kind. Another massive one. Oh, this is a massive one. Your instincts are data too. Listen to your gut sometimes, man. So let's say you're in a football situation or whatever. Let's say you're holding back, but your gut's saying pull the trigger, pull the trigger, pull the trigger, shoot, do something. Sometimes you shouldn't overthink, and sometimes you should just pull that trigger. Like Shidou. Sometimes you just need to pull that trigger. And don't overthink. Don't overthink. Oh, what if I miss? What if I do this? Boom, 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 boom. Just pull the trigger, man. Pull the trigger. And the last lesson I learned is this, and this is probably the most important lesson. Chaos isn't weakness if it's directed. Letting your wild side fuse something productive is the best way to go about it. Sometimes people fear you not because you're out of control, but because you know exactly when to lose control. That is brilliant. When you know when to lose control, you're not out of control. You completely in control. You just know when to let the wild side out, like Shidou. And yeah, man, the overall lesson is learn when to pull the trigger. Stay in control, but learn when to pull the trigger. Learn when to just let that animal out and just go crazy, man. Go crazy. Go primal like Shidou, man. And you never know, you score like 70 goals, bro. And yeah, man. And that's the final lesson I want to leave you guys with. Still working on the albums, working on creating more content for you guys, more cook-ups, more daily cook-ups, more work, more shorts. Anime course coming soon as well. But first, Beginner Bootcamp coming first, along with my own work, my own projects. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. One thing at a time, ladies and gentlemen, one thing at a time. But I'm loving this. Thank you for everyone joining the community. Likes and subscribes. Thank you all so much. And yeah, man, that was today's random advice. Sometimes let your wild side out in order to get what you want. Let the primal ego take over and pull the trigger. And yeah, man, that's what I'll leave you with. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good day. In a bit.